Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for January 2023. This is going to be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some of you may be intuitively guided. Thank you for paying attention to your intuition. Some of you may be in love with the Pisces. How could you not be? I know some of you are like, well, Sandy, well, you know. Majority are very lovable. Whatever brought you, I say welcome. I do want to mention that this is the last week that I am running my holiday special where you can take $30 off a personal reading, or you can do a buy one get half off the second reading. You can give one as a gift and keep one yourself. You can do whatever you want with them. You can schedule one now, then schedule one, I often think, like, if I do personal readings, how often? Well, I think letting 6 months at least in between them. Of course, that's completely up to you. There may be something that comes up and you're like, no, I need guidance now, and maybe you just had a reading a month before. Whatever works for you, I'm here for you. So I also have a membership program, 3 different tiers. All that information is below, so definitely check it out if you're interested. On tier 3, we do go lives. I've been inviting all the tiers in for the month in December. We go live. I answer any and all your questions that you have. I really don't put a time limit on it, though. They usually run about 2 hours. But the more the merrier. I say that, though, I do love the group setting, because I get to know each and every one of you so well, and you get to know me so well, because it's a sharing, we share. Anyway, all that's available to you, and I do that to help. I know some people are like, oh, you do that for money. I really don't do it for the money, because if I was doing it for the money, I wouldn't be on YouTube. That's for sure. I make barely nothing on YouTube. I do this because I love doing it for you, and I love bringing you clarity. So that's why I do it. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into your reading. We're going to use 4 different decks, guys. I decided to use the Light Seers Tarot for your main spread this week, or today. I don't know why I'm saying this week, for the month. And then I'm going to clarify using the Cosmic Tarot, which I haven't used in a little while, but one of my favorites. We are, of course, going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle, but we're also going to bring in what I'm calling the Unknown deck. These are major arcanas. I'm pretty sure I broke them up in that way. They were probably a full deck at one time, but I use them for a particular purpose. And I don't use them very often, just when I think like we need extra ammunition, whatever it is. So we're going to, hopefully 3 come out, but we will take whatever wants to come out. It can tell its own story, but it's also going to relate to the story. I really love using these because I feel like it really brings us clarity. Okay. Let's go ahead and begin. Everything's pre-shuffled, guys. I shuffle again for you, and just to bring in your energy. Let's give them a cut. And let's begin. Pisces, January, New Year, maybe new you. Try a little tenderness. Alright, well, I just love the way it came out. Tenderness. I am both gentle and powerful. I am both gentle and powerful. It's kind of like the Empress's energy. That's what she is. She's gentle, loving, but she's also very powerful. She trusts her intuition beyond all. I am both powerful and gentle. Okay, let's bring in the, let's just call them the majors. Let's bring in the majors. A little hard to shuffle them. But we'll give them a good couple shuffles. We have the Hierophant popped out, card of Taurus, about your belief system. Are you living your belief system? Or have you fallen under someone else's? Okay. Well, we have the Star. Nice. This is about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. But it's not just about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. This is about manifesting them. This is about bringing them into your reality. You know, I often feel in this Star card, a card of Aquarius, by the way, but I often feel in this card that I'm working hand in hand with Divine here. You know, like I'm doing my part, they're doing their part. And I definitely feel like this is about manifesting something of your wishes, of your dreams, of your hopes. Okay, many more than I wanted, but we are going to take them. Well, the Hierophant made its way back out. You know, I want to remind you, 2023 is a universal year 7. And 7 really speaks about spirituality. You know, it's about spiritual completion. I believe that's how the Bible describes it. So this is definitely a year where our spirituality is leading, or it should be, or it can be. You know, this is a year where, you know, you're not going to find your answers out there. You're going to find them within. And I'm saying that because I feel like this is a year where you're connecting to your intuition and your guides, maybe like never before. We have the Hangman. It's almost like the Hierophant is putting a pause on something that you want to manifest here. We have the High Priestess, your intuition, your GPS in this lifetime. We have beautiful, the Magician, the Manifester. You know, I'm looking at this Hangman who's in reverse, right? And it's almost like everything wants to bring something to fruition for you. But I feel like the Hangman has put like a pause, or not the Hangman, the Hierophant has put like a pause on this. So this is something that lies within your belief system. Maybe it's believing in yourself, trusting your intuition above all. The Hangman is seeking spiritual wisdom on this physical plane, and the High Priestess is the perfect energy to match that. Again, it's like, I feel like the Hangman seeking outside of himself, but his head, his body is angled towards the High Priestess. So it's something I have to trust within myself to manifest. And then what else do I have? Look at this. Temperance. Wow. First of all, card of Sagittarius. Though I'm not really reading these as signs, guys. You can. Okay. Interesting. We have a lot here. So, we have Temperance. It's mirroring the star now. Temperance is a lesson in patience. The Hangman, again, I feel like the Hierophant, like sending out the Hangman, like putting you in a state of pause. Why? Because I feel like this is saying that you have to trust yourself. This is about something I feel like you are manifesting, something that is unique to you. And then Temperance is about the right time. Right? Patience. Wait for the right time. What's the right time? Well, Temperance is mixing this beautiful recipe together. I don't want to rush her. I don't want her to leave out any of the ingredients, right? So I feel like this is just saying simply that you are, listen, maybe you've been wanting to manifest something in your life, but it just hasn't been the right time. I feel like this is talking about potentially now the right time. If anything, it wants you to trust with it. Spirit wants you to trust within yourself. Trust your intuition. You know, that's where your signs are at also. They're within. Now, it doesn't mean you won't see signs outside of yourself. You will. But then you have to trust your gut. Like, was that a sign? I think that was a sign. Thank you for that sign. And then every time you recognize, and I feel like have some type of gratitude for it, you start to notice more and more signs. The signs have always been there. But now, maybe it's just you have reached a different vibration, a higher vibration, where I feel like the signs should be plentiful. Alright. 4 swords on the bottom of the deck. Could talk why the Hangman's also there. Maybe you needed a time out to heal. I want you to remember tenderness. I am both gentle and powerful. I feel like that speaks about our life experiences, right? Not allowing especially our negative experiences to affect us in creating what it is we want our world to be. All right. What's up? Come on. Alright, we're going to give them a cut, and I am going to shuffle for your cards today. I just feel like shuffling. Two of Cups. Alright. Well, I also have to say, because this is such a spiritual year, I do feel like a lot of people are going to be connecting with soulmates energy. Can be love, can be friendship, can be a child, can be anything. Partnership. But this is a partnership made out of love. Look how their hands are intertwined. I find that kind of beautiful. You know, it's interesting because, like, from their hands, it's like all this magic. And I feel the same thing with Temperance. Like, as she's pouring from one cup to the other, it feels like, what is she creating? 2 cups. Now I'm saying creating, but maybe I'm making space for. Okay. Six of Wands. This is the energy of victory. You know, this is also the energy where I feel you're very alluring. This is an energy where other people are looking up to you due to your actions. Not so much like just my words, but the action that I put forward. Some of you, I feel like you do spiritual work. And first of all, I feel the soulmates energy are soulmates, like your soul group who is finding you, and they're looking up to you. One of these may be a love, but let's keep going. How easy these cards are coming out. Look at that, the Ace of Wands. And so it begins. Interesting, though, because it's really coming under the Hangman and the High Priestess. So the Hangman, a pause in action. The Ace of Wands is anything but that. That is action. That is movement. That is desire. That is passionate. We have the Death card. Card of Scorpio. You know, these are about doors that need to close so that new doors can open. The Hangman, there could have been a door that was left open. With the Hierophant, maybe you took a look at that door and you finally closed it. You know, and when we close the door, a rebirth takes place. Another door opens up. And it's interesting because it's sitting right next to an ace. So I feel like whatever the Hangman's energy is, again, I have a feeling tenderness is part of, let's just say in 2022, something you've learned. Not just that you're gentle, but that you're also powerful. And when I say powerful, I don't mean like a king's power. I mean powerful within yourself to create a life that you want to create. What am I holding? It even says it on the card. Death and then rebirth. And how much do I love seeing the Six of Swords following that? That tells me that you are closing a door, or that you have closed a door. This tells me that you have moved away from toxic type energy. Energy that is not serving you, especially as it relates to your soul's desires. Maybe something was serving you in a human way, but this feels deeper, like it wasn't fulfilling me. So I close the door. Six of Swords is a temporary energy of choppy waters, right? It's just real. Like, you know, when I close the door, even if it's good for me to close that door, it doesn't always mean like, and then everything turns beautiful and bright. No, this says there are a little bit of choppy waters to get through, but you will get through them. And it is very, very temporary. Very temporary. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Two of Swords. I have to tell you, some of these cards are coming in reverse, and I have a feeling I should leave them in reverse. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm saying that because I feel right off the bat, you know, the Two of Swords is about a blindfold. It's about maybe I need to make a choice, a decision regarding something within your life. That blindfold can certainly hold me back. First of all, it holds me back from the truth. Sometimes it's just something I don't want to face. But I often feel the minute I face it, it's like, the things that I put in my mind, you know, the thoughts that I had, that it was going to be terrible, you find out that it's not the case. Something stirring you. Something stirring within you. Maybe the energy of this Two of Cups. I feel like some of you have been growing within your business. And you know, there's 10 of Swords under the 6 of Wands. What it's making me feel like is that you yourself have been through these 10 swords. Dagger after dagger after dagger. And because I feel like you found your way out, whatever that may mean to you, you now have the wisdom of helping others find their way out. So don't be surprised when, or if Spirit uses you in that way, or God uses you in that way. Why would God not, right? You've overcome something that is tremendous, and other people are still, you know, stuck in it. So if you can help them overcome, why would you not? And I don't even feel like it's a question. I just feel like it's just naturally what you would do anyway. Five of Cups in reverse under that Two of Cups. Well, let's talk about that for a second. Because the Five of Cups in the upright, and it did come in reverse. I'm the one who switched it around, but I felt it right away that I shouldn't have. Anyways, the Five of Cups speaks about where my focus is at. Same with the Hierophant, right? Anytime you look at a 5, it's asking you to consider change. Why? Because something's not working in your favor. 5 of Cups is when I focus on all I have lost instead of what is yet to gain. Now, when it's in reverse, this person is no longer thinking that way. And what's amazing in the Five of Cups is, you know, when they call it the woe is me energy. And I feel like when I turn that around, and listen, maybe I don't even know who is in this Two of Cups, but when you turn the Five of Cups around, there's 2 cups that have yet to be discovered yet. I just haven't met you yet. Look at this, the Fool right under the Death card. Beautiful. I say that because Death card again, closing of a door so another door can open. Here's the Fool. The Fool is all ready to take a chance. The Fool does not carry the baggage of the past. That's why I'm gentle and powerful. My power is the ability to let go of the pain. I'm not forgetting the experiences, but what I am doing is understanding what I have learned from them, especially about myself. The Fool, free and clear. Coming right under the Death card, let's get started. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what it's saying, especially with the Two of Swords. Because somebody ripped off that blindfold. And good for you. Because I feel like, you rip off that blindfold, you got that Ace of Pentacles, or Ace of Wands right above you. Passion and desire. But it is action. The Fool says, okay, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a chance on me. I'm just going to take a chance on life. You know what else I love? The Fool is here. And then the Fool's greatest teachers are also here, in line. First, the Fool meets the Magician. The Magician says to the Fool, you have all the tools that you need to be successful on this next journey. Doesn't promise there won't be ups and downs, but if there are downs, you have those tools. Not just from this lifetime, from every lifetime. And then the next person the Fool meets is the High Priestess. And the High Priestess says to the Fool, I am your intuition. I am your GPS for this lifetime. Trust me. Trust you. The Fool says, okay, that's what I'll do. We have the Knight of Wands. Interesting. I know I say interesting all the time, but it's always interesting to me. It's why I love doing these readings. So the Knight of Wands, let's talk about that. This knight is a fast-moving knight. This knight does bring in passion and desire. This knight can move sometimes so quickly that it can feel chaotic. It's interesting, though, because sitting next to the Fool, and above it is the Six of Swords. You know, I almost feel like, you remember when you were young and unencumbered, and like an opportunity was presented to you and you would just take it, right? It just feels like you're naturally what I would do. Now, then life gets hard, right? We meet people who do bad things to us or what have you. And our soul is here to learn how not to allow that to stop me from having the best life I can have. You know, sometimes you're meant to meet these difficult people because they can be your greatest teacher. What we have to remember is it doesn't mean we're meant to hang on to that energy. The Fool doesn't. The Fool's allowing this rebirth to take place. And it's interesting because in the Six of Swords, again, choppy waters, but then you move into the Knight of Wands. Wow. Those choppy waters are over. This can represent a person, of course, but I don't think so. I feel like this is more about what's coming towards you. I feel like get excited. Get excited. Even if you don't know what it is, if you're feeling in your gut like, oh, I just feel like something's happening, something's changing, something's coming my way. It's funny, my daughter and I were talking today, and she said I don't know, it was making me think of this, but in Feng Shui, that she called it your money and love corner. And I think she said you walk in your front door and you walk until you can't walk anymore. And then you take, I think she said a left. I should know more before I even brought it up. Why am I saying all that? I'm saying that because I feel like for some of you, like starting a, what do they call those boards where you put like pictures of, like, like a picture of a house that you'd like to have, a picture of a car. And I mean, like, in a realistic type manner, even though, hey, who knows? Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about, all that. I don't know. King of Wands on the bottom of the deck. Can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Interesting, we have the Strength card right below that. So this may be a Leo. For some. Alright, let's bring in the Cosmic Tarot and let's go deeper. Let's find out who the soulmate is. Let's find out where this Fool is heading. As much as we can. Let's see what this Ace of Wands is bringing us. All right. All came face up. Well, look at that with the Strength card again. Some of you may be connected to a Leo. Or you may have a Leo soulmate. I know I have a Leo soulmate, though. Well, love, but not romantic love. Interesting. You know, Strength card talks about, well, learning how to tame the beast within ourselves. Finding balance within ourselves. This is about self, an 8. It's always about self, but it's also about new beginnings. Well, it's coming right over the 2 of Cups. Death card again. And then the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. Well, you know, that's me looking at my life through an optimistic lens. This is me starting to believe in all that can be. You know, in the 3 of Wands, the person's ships have not arrived yet. They just know that they are. And maybe that's why I felt that with you. Like, almost like I get this feeling that I know something's coming my way. We have that King of Wands again, you know, and it's interesting because I was looking at this king and I'm thinking to myself, especially because he's at the bottom of the deck, it's someone who maybe is exiting my life. I'm saying that also because there's a death and then there's a rebirth. Potentially it could be someone that is making a reappearance at the same time. Then we have the 2 of Pentacles. Interesting. Kind of puts a question on your lap. This is what they call the Juggler's card. I'm not really sure why. To me, this is about making a logical decision. You know, I think that's the thing about reading tarot. Yes, there are meanings, and I know some people are like, you must stick to the meanings, but I read intuitively. I read through my guides, so I read what I feel. So sometimes I use the meaning, but sometimes it means something completely different to me, depending on the reading. Four of Pentacles. Look at that. Look at this. The Hangman just had an awareness. The Hangman has awoken. Huh. Coming over that 10 of Swords. It's like, I'm not taking any more daggers in my back. The Hangman has, and you are the Hangman, has a very clear understanding now about these daggers. You know, whether it come from one person or it's coming from everyone, you know, a ton of people. Excuse me.
Where are you at?
Sorry about that. I was just gone for a second. Somebody just kind of abruptly walked into the door. Or walked into, not into the door, walked into the room. Anyways, look where we left off. The Hangman has had an awakening. I find that so interesting. Number one, because it's coming under the Death card. So it's like closing a door and then this true awakening happens. It's awareness. Could be the 2 people in this 2 of Cups also. But let's keep going. We have the 8 of Cups, clearly came in reverse. The Eight of Cups is coming over the Two of Swords in reverse. So let's look at that, because the Two Swords in the upright, again, it's, I'm wearing a blindfold. There's something I don't want to see. There's something I don't want to face. It is an opportunity. It is blocking one's opportunities. Not always the case, but I feel like the majority of the case. But it was in reverse. So remember, you ripped off that blindfold. You faced whatever it is you needed to face. The Hangman is showing that. You've had this awareness, this awakening. And the Eight of Cups, I can't remember if it came in the upright or in reverse. But the Eight of Cups is about your emotional house. Again, an 8. So self. And then new beginning, right? So I'm looking at a part of myself, and then I'm allowing myself to have the new beginning. Where do we move from the Eight of Cups into the Nine of Cups? Inner harmony. This is the energy of not allowing your emotional house of the past to affect your present or your future. You've learned from it. I feel like that's good enough. All right, let's look over the Fool. Look at this, Ace of Swords. To me, the Ace of Swords, first and foremost, speaks the truth. But it's also about communication. And it's interesting because I'm trying to figure out this King here. Again, it doesn't really matter the sign. This would be, let's speak about the King of Wands for a second. Because again, forget about the sign, but think about the actions of the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is someone who is action-oriented. This is someone who moves according to their desires and their passion. For some of you, this may be someone who that you do know in this lifetime who may be making a repeat appearance. And maybe there is something that they had to overcome. But I also feel like there was something within yourself that you needed to overcome. So maybe both are really having this awakening through the Hangman. The Ace of Swords coming over the Fool. Could this be communication coming under this King? And you saying, you know what? I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to take a chance on me, and I'm going to take a chance on you. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles, excuse me. Six of Pentacles is that fine art of give and take. I have a feeling if this is an old relationship, someone has had that realization. One may have had the realization that I probably took more than I gave, and the other one, I probably gave more than I took. This is finding that balance. It's that fine art of give and take. This is really a lovely energy. Once it's figured out, this is about generosity. And some of you, I feel like you're doing something out of your home also that I feel is lucrative, or it will be lucrative. I don't know, that just came to me. So keep it up. Maybe you're just beginning and, you're not seeing the fruits of your labor yet. I feel like you will. Keep it up. All right. What I want to do before we end this is I want to take some cards right down the middle and connect them. I feel like for every question you got an answer. I feel like for every block you had, it's been unblocked, or it will be unblocked. It just feels so natural to me, is what it feels like. It feels like I'm flowing with the universe. All right. Well, hello, world. The next chapter. this is so fitting in a universal year 7, because the world is really, I feel, the most spiritual chapter of your life. Just so happens that it's connecting a soulmate to that. So I don't feel like this is about you walking this next journey alone. We have the Six of Wands again, coming over the Six of Wands. Interesting, because this could be speaking about these soulmates, both of them. Both of them reaching a pinnacle in their life, let's say. Two of Wands, coming over that Two of Swords. Before it would have been a no. But now, it just might be a yes. And then last but not least is Temperance again. Divine timing. And that's what I feel here. I feel Divine's hand all through your reading. I feel this is not just very spiritual, but I also feel like it's almost like a question and an answer. And every question, I feel like it's been answered. Now, maybe not for everyone. And this may be something that, down the road, it's like, oh, okay, I get it now. Temperance said, I told you I was mixing the perfect recipe together. And here it is. Here it is. I was uncertain about this king, but I'm not anymore. And I do feel like for some of you, this king is someone of the past. King could be a female also. You know what I mean? Like, we all have masculine and feminine energy. And I also feel it's interesting, because I do feel like for some, and listen, it could very well be a Leo who is making their way back. Now, if they have overcome something, within themselves. If they haven't, well, then they're probably not. Who's next for you? Because I feel like who's coming in next, it's a soulmate energy, but Divine's hand is so important here that it just feels like love. Love. And I feel like the bottom line is, listen, it's not just about love. This is about your life. And are you going to allow new opportunities to find their way to you? And they will find their way to you. Again, certain doors closed so that rebirths can take place. The Hangman first here in a pause of action, but now he shows up in the awakened state. Temperance over here, like, have patience, my dear, while I put the perfect recipe together. And now here she is with the perfect recipe. And I think I should leave it there. Though I do want to read tenderness. Let's read tenderness. Have a little tenderness. Tenderness. This card counsels you to approach your current situation gently. It acknowledges and honors your deep sensitivity and also asks you to do the same. If someone or something feels too harsh, trust that it is so for you. Your tenderness is a spiritual gift that allows you to feel the presence of Mother Mary and the angels. Trust your feelings as accurate messengers that guide you in healthy directions. You drew this card because your current situation calls for you to honor your sensitivity while maintaining your boundaries. It's time for you to be both nice and assertive. Lovingly speak your truth to others. Mother Mary also guides you to develop physical strength through exercise and tenderly caring for your body. Okay. Amen. I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I feel like temperance needs to be the last energy on the table. I don't want you to forget, though, we open with the star. This is about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. And again, I'm not just fantasizing. I want to manifest them. The magician gives you that ability. The high priestess says, trust your intuition. Trust your gut. I am your GPS. The fool says, I'm going to take a chance. I've learned a lot from my past. And if something comes towards me that is not good for me, I'll know it. I'll feel it. And maybe that's all I need to know. But this is also speaking about a great love. Though, I feel like for some of you, if it's talking about a past, there are ebbs and flows. Can we overcome what each of us had to overcome separately? I feel like you can. And for others, I just feel like this is talking about a soulmate that you just haven't met yet. I just haven't met you yet. Michael Bublé. Anyways, I could just keep going on and on and on, but I think I'm gonna, and then I'm noticing temperance is marrying the world. Wow. Pisces, I feel like 2023 is going to be a good year for you. I did do your year in review. I'm just checking. Yep, I did your year in review for 2023. Definitely watch it. And then pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities between the two. Also, I did a universal year 7 for the collective. Just to give you an idea of what 2023's energy is really asking of us, or how we can really benefit from that energy. Think spirituality. This is a quieter time of life, yet it's because this is a period where our signs are within, and I have to trust that. Alright, guys, I love you. I thank you. I thank you for a beautiful 2022. I thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your beautiful comments. I thank you for your donations, trying to help keep my channel alive. It's not easy on YouTube. I know the holidays were not easy for everyone, including myself. Not just financially, but for many different reasons. But we'll get through this. We'll get through this. And I just feel like life is getting better and better and better for you. Just gotta allow it. Alright. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.